What is going on, everybody? It is Tyler here, and when you hear that rad music going on in the background, you know what time it is. That's right, let's get jumping right in to the TheKeybladeMaster Podcast. Hello, everyone. It is Tyler back at it again with the TheKeybladeMaster Podcast. Today, we are just without Alex, our good friend from last episode, but we got Max and we got Jay. But you know what? We have Jay, you know, same as always, good old Jay. But we also got a new upgraded Max in the podcast today. We have 2018 Max. Go ahead and speak, and let's hear this new updated Max.
Hello.
Yes, that's right. New mic.
For those
of you that like 5 minutes into the podcast last week were like, "Whoa!" I hear the. They're like, I'm not. Look, dislike instantly.
Did you get any dislikes?
So yeah, Max.
No. Okay. What are you talking about then?
Dude, it's so funny because like, okay, I remember I was so happy. I don't know why. I was laughing. I was just hysterical. So I uploaded my Assassin's Creed Origins review when I did all that, and then it's up for like not even like 5 or 6 hours. And mind you, I haven't gotten a dislike on a video in a long time. Like, I went through my entire Kingdom Hearts Let's Play. I don't think I got a single dislike. Well, I upload this Assassin's Creed Origins review, and your boy or your girl, whoever it was, drops a dislike. And I went, finally, thank you. Voice of reason.
You want dislikes?
Dude, I need someone to shut me down sometimes. Everyone needs that. You need that, like, yeah, you need that. You aren't that good, man. And I'm like, dude, I was so funny because I told one of my friends, and they're like, he said the same thing you did, Max. He's like, you got a dislike and you're happy about it. I said, you're right. I'm happy about that because there's someone who disagrees with me, and that's fine. I totally encourage that.
It shows you that they care enough to dislike your video.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Right.
Like, if you keep on making everything and you keep on getting like 100 likes to 0 dislikes, that's not good. You need that one or two. Simply because, like, if you think you're on top of the world, people are you're never gonna do it. You feel like you're never gonna do it wrong. But so like,
like I said, it's also hard to like have like a 100% like to dislike ratio.
Unless you are the full 100 likes and no one's actually watched your video.
You made 100 different accounts.
No one's
people love me,
your
guys.
Video, then.
Yeah, it's like that thing where like you have like 500 views and like no comments, and you got that one guy who comments like, "Oh, 500 views and 1 comment? That's not suspicious at all." Oh man, but guys, how y'all doing this week? We wanted to welcome you to the TheKeybladeMaster Podcast yet again, and I hope you guys enjoyed the last one. And yeah, so today we got a few things to talk about. I know the first thing we want to talk about before we get into the more I guess debatable side of the podcast. We're gonna start out with
word for that.
Yeah, and if you guys have followed or were on the internet at all over the last week, you guys know what we're talking about.
Have internet
but before
in the last couple of days, you should know.
Yeah. Before we get into it, though, I do want to go ahead for those sports fans out there. I guess congratulations to the Alabama.
Oh god, I didn't even watch that. I knew they won.
I did. Okay, and I was so I was so hoping that Alabama would be dethroned again.
I'm not even a big college football fan myself, but I did not want to see Alabama win. And it looked like that first half, it looked like Georgia was dominating. Then quarterbacks got switched. And
now look. No. I'm gonna cut you off for a second. I apologize, but I'm going to. Look. I have no idea what happens when it comes to football. I know football as a game, but not like in the depths. Like, I don't know the stats. I don't know all of that because I don't care. But
right, I mean,
yeah, but like I was at work one day and I have the privilege of watching football while I'm working, which is awesome. But like I was watching the Oklahoma and Georgia game. I'm like, okay, Georgia, okay, you're playing good football. I'm like, okay, right. If that team can come and play Alabama, then Alabama has a run for their money. But from what I'm hearing, like it was like that, and then all of a sudden, dead.
Well, like that's the thing. There were so many. There were like what I know at a time. It was like 17 unanswered points going into the second half. Like I was. So halftime was over. We also got a really cool performance from Kendrick Lamar. That was awesome. I really liked that.
Yeah,
you missed it? It was good. No, but before, like, yeah, it was so funny because I remember telling my stepdad before halftime they were talking about it, and they were like, all right, get ready for the first ever national championship halftime show. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Well, dude, you know how like for the Super Bowl, the halftime show is in the stadium that the Super Bowl's in? The halftime show was at a park 2 blocks away from the stadium.
So wait, what do the people in the stadium do? Just sit there and twirl their thumbs?
They watch the bands from the schools play. So I was like, dude, well, that's kind of dumb. If I'm going to the national championship, dropping at least $1,000 on tickets, I expect to be entertained to the utmost.
No, I call you Alex. Tyler, you didn't buy the deluxe edition, so you don't get that.
Right. You had to buy the deluxe national championship to get the DLC, to get access to the DLC. Then to get the good seats, you had to get
now you understand, Tyler. You have come to full circle.
Gotcha. But anyway, getting back to the game, yeah, it was crazy. So anyway, to get off this, I know because we kind of just threw this out there, but basically, Alabama had missed 2 critical field goals, and then like went into overtime, and Georgia went down, got a field goal down, then Alabama had the ball, and like I do want to say, college football overtime, best way to do it. NFL, hope you're listening. Maybe change that up. But anyway,
NFL, though, I almost had a heart attack at work the other day because of that damn NFL Saints game.
Oh, yeah.
Just every game I watch with them, it's either they blow the team out, they get blown out, or the last 2 minutes are like the biggest nerve wrack of my life.
Right.
Did you watch the game?
It's been crazy. Well, no, because I was at Comic-Con this weekend.
How was that, by the way? How was that by?
Dude, I had so much fun. I'm gonna give you all the highlights.
Wait, just for the record, we're not talking about San Diego Comic-Con.
San Diego Comic-Con.
Last week, if you might have heard me, if you can understand what I was saying, I said Hall H. Should you go to Hall H? But no, we thought that the entire time, and then all of a sudden, like at the end of the podcast, we were like, "No, you guys met New Orleans Comic-Con, right?" I'm like, "Oh my God, no! I thought we were talking about San Diego." Oh, so yes, we're talking about New Orleans Comic-Con, not San Diego.
So I went to New Orleans Comic-Con. I went all weekend with some friends of mine. We had a blast. Basically, the highlights of each day. So basically, Friday, we met this guy who was dressed up as the one and only Tommy Wiseau. And not only did he dress like the myth, the legend, he talked like the myth, the legend. We go up to him, and we're like, "Hey, man, can we get a picture?" And dude, I kid you not, he goes, "Of course, anything for #1 fan." And he goes, "Here." He stops this random guy, and he's like, "Here, you take picture of me and these great fans of mine. Here, you take picture. And dude, my smile is so genuine. I'm like, dude, no way. So we met this awesome guy, met John Heder, got to talk with him. He is so funny. He is so awesome. I went up to him and I was like, I talked with him for a minute. Like, he was just like, "Hey, what's going on, guys? You know, where y'all from, whatever." A minute after I'm talking to him, I'm like, "Dude, this is Napoleon Dynamite. This is Clark the Dork. This is Chicken Joe, for God's sake." Really? I'm talking with. I'm like, dude, this is awesome. Like, I love you, man.
It's funny how, like, some people, like, put their heart and soul to all these things. And, like, I would like for them to go places with this stuff. Like, you know, give this guy a job somewhere. Like, he's impersonating somebody, but he's also acting in a sense, too. So, I don't know. That'd be nice to see people go somewhere with those kind of things. People put a lot of time into those things.
Right. But anyway, and then the last thing I wanted to mention, so you guys, I know we've all seen it, right? All right. Well, I think the best cosplay, really, I guess cosplay you can say, the best one. So it was this couple, and I saw them on Saturday, and I was like, oh, I said one of them's dressed up as Georgie. You know, I was like, okay, it's pretty cool. Well, then it was like a girl dressed up as Georgie, and I see her, like, I guess her was her boyfriend, and I see him like this white morph suit, and I was like, well, wait a minute, there's some kind of group costume, and I'm like, that's a horrible Pennywise, if that's what you're going for, dude. I was like, what are you doing? Well, I go up to him finally, and I see him again. Their couple's costume was Georgie and the boat. This guy had a white morph suit with the boat as a hat, and I said, look, y'all win. I just looked at him and I was like, look, can I get a picture with y'all? And they were like, yeah, sure. And I'd be like, look, y'all won this weekend. Because that was so creative.
It's like really sad. Man. I was like, damn, man, that sucks. Because if you watch it, you know what happened. So like,
Yeah, I know, right?
The boat is the real victim of that movie.
Nah, I don't think so, man. The boat didn't get his arm ripped off. So.
But yeah, it was fun. We had such a great time. Like I love going to Comic-Con in New Orleans. It's such a great experience. You meet some people. I did get a glimpse at Jason Momoa.
That's $300 something.
I actually had one of our crew members at AMC also went to Comic-Con, and he actually he's a big metalhead, so he came to Comic-Con with a jacket full of bands on his shirt and jacket, and he said he walked past Jason Momoa, and Jason Momoa is like, dude, that's cool, that's a really nice jacket or whatever, and he was like kind of dumbstruck, like.
Right, you don't know what to do with that.
That's when you know you did something right. When an actual celebrity points to you and says, "Yeah."
Yeah, exactly. Or
my
man.
Right. I can just picture him like that's. He's one of the saving graces of that movie, like Justice League. It's just like,
Oh yeah, I was so glad he wasn't just a one-liner.
I mean, he had his one lines, but
generator.
Like, it was perfect.
But he had depth. He had some kind of depth.
He thought Gal Gadot was hot, like we all did.
Hey, that's the connection to the audience right there. He says what everybody else is thinking.
Yep.
But yeah, guys. So to get into like the topics of the day, Jay, I know you had brought up you wanted to. I know Max. Part of the update to Max 2.0 to 2018.exe is he just got into the file sharing game on his Xbox One. So tell us.
My eyes are open. I'm a newborn, like on the first day.
You've been enlightened.
Let me start it off first.
Oh, he's gonna give us the context in the background.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the context first. Well, I informed Max a while ago, or maybe a few days ago, that I game shared, and he had no clue what game sharing was all this time. I told him that I do not buy games at full price anymore, and as long as game share exists, I will not, because I can now purchase games, pretty much 50% off with a good friend of mine. And for for the audience member that doesn't know what game sharing is, it's basically a thing that you can do on Xbox, and I think PlayStation later on adopted it, where you can share games amongst your friends. They can play the games that you buy, and you guys can play together. You can play you don't have to take turns. You can literally play the same. One of your friends can buy a game, and both of you guys can play it and own it on your Xbox.
Now, Jeremy, remember I told you last night it goes both ways.
Yes, it was new to me that it does go both ways, but I didn't know. I thought
so. The man who knows nothing informs the teacher. Okay.
Hey, well, it's not. I didn't know anything.
Dude,
I mean, I still.
Who doesn't know everything?
Dude, that's not the way it worked for me, man. The way I did it with my friend when we did it on PlayStation, it was like a contract and negotiation. Like, it was like, all right, so here's how it's going to work, Tyler. All right, you're going to buy 2 games. Okay, then I'm going to buy 2 games. Now, he goes, if it goes one-sided, I will take off this game sharing thing. We will not do it.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, whoa,
your friend's a dictator.
I was like, jeez.
Me and my friend.
I was like, my
friend
bro.
Just said, all right, you want to do it? Sure. All right, I'll get a game. If you want to play it, give me the money. I don't really care.
See, and that's the problem.
Right.
See, that's the one thing I told Max to do. I said, look, when you do this game sharing thing, make sure you do it with somebody that
no.
Like,
I trust the dude. It's just I trust him.
Right.
Like we're just like we don't like we have like guidelines. Like our guidelines are this basically. If I get a game that he doesn't want to play or he doesn't really care about, but he actually plays it and ends up liking it, then if it's like 2 months out, then he'll give me the money basically. But if we both want to get it, we'll pay half off, or one of us will just get it and the other person will just get the next game. Or essentially, if the person doesn't want to play it at all and never plays it, then that person pays the full $60 for it. So that's our guidelines. I know, Jeremy, you have different rules and stuff like that.
Right. Well, pretty much me and I game share luckily with my best friend, so we don't have any problems. And he buys games frequently, so we made him, before Max informed me about the change up. He was the designated buyer of the video games because he buys games all the time. I don't. I play specific games. So he buys a lot of games. He just buys them. So he was the designated buyer, and I downloaded his account on my account, and we had rules set in place. I would not play any games that he purchased that we didn't agree upon. So, for example, Assassin's Creed Origins. He let me know, hey, do you want to get it? I said, yes. I'll pay my half, and I give my half whenever we meet up. We meet in a designated alleyway. And
Jesus.
You know,
oh gosh.
Was that a joke, or did you actually do that?
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Okay. Because you just like glossed over it, and you're like, wait, what?
You know there are people that like kind of blow away out of proportion. Like,
now they're gonna look in alleyways looking for two African Americans exchanging money.
If we're meeting in an alleyway, because to give him my half for a video game, then we have no lives whatsoever.
You do? You don't apparently.
Rock
so.
bottom.
There's definitely maybe there's something else going on. Maybe I'm dropping some cocaine along with the purchase. I don't know.
That reminds me, I recently just bought this mic that I'm using. By the way, shout out to Yeti, great mic. I'm not sponsored, but I love it. Anyway,
shout out to our friend Tyler who works at Best Buy.
Speaking of Tyler Rogers, he's a great man. I should probably share that. Point is, we were buying it, and like I was like, here, he gave me the mic outside of Best Buy in our cars. I'm like, this doesn't look shady at all. Just two cars parked in the middle of the parking lot at night.
Oh, so you're talking to Jay about doing the black market deals while you in there doing it at the parking lot of Best Buy.
We didn't go in some back alleyway to be raped by Batman.
What are you talking about?
That's how they're all done, man, in plain sight.
Breaking Bad, you go to the mall, okay? You go to the mall or some shady trash dump.
Well, technically, you were in an outlet mall where Best Buy is located.
Yeah, you're in a strip mall.
I obeyed the rules of shady negotiations, okay?
The drug dealing.
I mean, there was no drugs.
Ooh, Mike, is that what the kids are calling it nowadays?
Podcast Mike drug.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, I mean, it's funny, going back to the whole game sharing.
Yeah, what are we talking about?
Yeah, it's it really I really feel that it's a really good thing to do, especially with your friends.
Especially,
I feel like
go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say it's good to do it with your friends. I do think there's one downside to it. And I don't know if it's like this on Xbox, but this is the way it is on PlayStation. So basically, I'm gonna give you guys a hypothetical situation. I find myself doing this a lot. I know there are people that don't do this, but I tug around my PlayStation to several places, whether it be a friend's house, just anywhere. Like if I go out of town, I maybe bring it, just to play it, when it's downtime. But the thing is, most of the time, you either don't have internet or the internet is like McDonald's level, okay? And you can't connect to an internet source, so you're basically left to play single player games or whatever. Now let's say, I know because this is the situation that I was in. So basically, me and my friend Matt, we still file share, but we really don't do it as much anymore because he's really on Xbox now.
Yes.
But he bought Doom.
That's it for the win.
What?
Like Xbox.
Yeah. So he asked me, he's like, hey, do you want to get Doom? And I was like, I said, yeah, it's fine. He goes, well, it's on sale, I'll just buy it. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Well, I'm like, okay, so Doom, I only played Doom multiplayer once or twice, but I like the single player. So I'm out of my house, not connected to the internet. Well, basically what happens is, the way it works is, if you're offline, signed into your PlayStation account, so like mine, I was on my PlayStation on my account. The way like the file sharing works is you switch up which console your account is associated with.
Yeah, see, that's not
when
Xbox. No,
it's not.
What you do is funny. You take your friend's account and you download it onto your Xbox, and then you go sign into their account on your Xbox, and you go into settings and set it to where your account is your Xbox is associated with that account, and then they do the same thing with your account and their Xbox. So no, you won't.
Well, that's how PlayStation works, though.
You won't have that problem, though.
But here's the thing, though. If you're offline, okay, and you want to go play a game that your friend bought and file shared with you, you're
really?
like,
no, that's not how it works.
No, do that with Xbox. No, with Xbox.
Yeah, if your friend is, let's just God forbid say he's in a coma or something, and his Xbox is broken and his account he's not on, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he's on, offline, away, doing something else, creating a symphony, and it doesn't matter. He can be. Yeah. It doesn't matter. You can basically play any game. Like last night when we just did all this file sharing thing, he just bought PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, and he bought it. Mm-hmm. It was already ready to go. It was installing, and I played it. I'm like, okay, cool, awesome. So like, yeah, it doesn't matter. He was offline going to bed already. Okay. So yeah, it doesn't matter. He doesn't have to be on.
The only issue I have with games, not to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
I know you're fine.
The only thing I have with problem I have with game sharing is not even really a problem with the game sharing itself. It's more of, I have my console set for automatic downloads, and like I said, my best friend buys a whole bunch of games. So when I come home and I turn on the Xbox, I have like 6 new games downloading to my drive.
That's not game sharing problems. That's just first world problems.
I guess I'm like,
all these games are taking up my space.
The only one downfall, I think, it's not even a downfall because it doesn't even 100% do this. But like, say you're out of gold and your friend has gold, you get gold, but like halfway. You can still play multiplayer games. You can still go into parties. You can still do all that, but you cannot get the benefits of gold. Like in a sense, like a game was on sale and you have the gold account to get that sale, or how Xbox does the free games, some 2 a month games type of thing. You can't get those games for free because you technically don't have gold, but you have gold. So.
Right.
I don't know. It's a hit and miss. Right. Like you can still play online games and still get all these free games from your friend who has the Xbox Live, but you still can't get these free games. So there's that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I know we started getting away from it because I've expressed this to a lot of people, and I've met people who I totally disagree with this. And let me know what you guys think of this. But there are people who are like, digital is the only way to buy games. It is the only way, and like the retailers are gonna go out of business. I said, yeah, you're insane. Anyone who says that, physical games will die, I don't see that happening.
However, because of the game sharing, it has to be digital. If I have the money, if it's a game that he does not want, say it's like, because he doesn't care at all about, like, I made him buy Halo Wars 2 because I'm like, we played the first one, you got to play the second one. So we bought that. But like, if it's a game he does not care about in the slightest, then I will go out and get the collector's edition physical copy because you get some pretty cool knickknacks when you buy physical copies at GameStop or something like that on opening night. It's cool. Like sometimes it's worth it.
But my thing with it too is that, okay, let me give you an example. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
Wait, what? That's a game? That's a game?
all in it last year. Went ahead, pre-ordered the digital deluxe, thought it was going to be good because, of course, me, defend every Call of Duty before it comes out. Go ahead, drop all my money on it. 2-3 months in, I'm like, I hate it.
Took you 3 months? Wow.
Go on my place. Well, because that's the thing. I mean, from the get-go, from day one, I mean, I'm not going to... It's hard to give a verdict like the first week. Well, anyway, I was like, I don't want to play it. But then I bought it digitally. There's no way of me getting rid of it. Even though I would have gotten 2 cents.
It's a very annoying way. At least on Xbox, there's a way. You can, I think it's either 1 or 2 free passes. Essentially, you can call Xbox up, and for 1 or 2 times a year, you can say, I want a refund on this game. Now, it has to be with a certain amount of time, but you can do it. Right. So, like, I got turned back, Forza Horizon, one of those games. I'm like, I don't know why I bought this. So I called Microsoft like 2 days later, and they're like, yeah, can I return this? And it's like, here, sure, here you go. Perfect. So yeah, so it's possible.
Well, and that's a gripe. That's like a minor gripe. But my thing is, I don't see physical copies of games going anywhere for the same reason that Blu-rays and movies are not going anywhere.
Oh no, I will never stop collecting Blu-rays.
It's the same, because that's the thing. You can go the same way, and you can have the same argument that you have with the physical and digital copies of games with movies. Because that's the thing. Now, movies are getting to the point now where you can get the digital version like months before the regular version comes out. So now the argument with the whole games, it transfers over to movies now. Oh, well, digital copies of movies are gonna overtake physical copies of movies. No one's gonna buy Blu-ray anymore.
I can vouch for that too, because I collect movies. I'm a big movie treasure.
Right, I do the same
thing.
I
like going to the pawn shops. I tell Max this all the time. I like going to the pawn shop.
I went yesterday, by the way.
Yo.
and I got Dying Light for $3.
See, that's what I'm talking about. You can go to pawn shop and get some good deals on DVDs and movies that you've been looking for.
Not to mention you come across
TVs too. But me, I'm on a hunt for like movies that I've been looking for a while, and I just want to add it to my collection. So I go to the pawn shops.
Right.
We have this store nearby Covington called. Yeah, 2 pawn shops. But I was going to talk about Second and Charles. You have a place like that?
Oh yeah. Second and Charles is a little more pricey though, but you have a better chance of getting it though.
Right.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, so Second and Charles, basically, if you guys don't really know about it, it's basically a store where if you're into anything in the nerd culture.
Oh yeah, I found like a 24-inch tall Battlefield 1 statue. I'm like, I didn't even know they had this. Like, I didn't even know this was a real thing. So yeah.
Right. And then in the store, dude, they have a whole their whole. I know in the one we have on the left side of the store, the whole wall is movies.
Yeah.
Well, like
it's all lined up with that.
To go back to your point of like things being phased out. In a sense, certain types of movies are being phased out because obviously, look, you have VCRs back in the 90s, and then you had DVDs, and now you have Blu-rays, and now 4K. Eventually, regular DVDs are going to be phased out, and the phase that Blu-ray is going to be now. Blu-ray is already your norm, but it's going to get to the point now where Blu-ray is going to be like the 100% factor. No one buys anything past below Blu-ray.
I feel like
and
it
then,
is.
No,
but then
I was saying, my last thing is like then 10, 15 years from now, 4K is going to be the norm. So that's going to happen eventually.
Yeah, it's going to get to that point, I feel. But that's the thing. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but so if I go to Redbox and I'm looking to rent a movie that just came out that I don't want to buy yet. I just want to look at it. Like it's not something, like it's not it's not a superhero movie, whatever. I'm going to go rent it. If they don't have the Blu-ray, just give me the DVD. But I will say this. It is so... It's not miserable, but it bugs me watching a 480 max quality movie when I could watch at least a 7 to 20 version of it. Watching 480
it hurts my eyes.
It doesn't hurt my eyes, but I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, so this is what it's like to not be the best, huh? I'm looking at it and I'm just like, dude,
it's not even the best. 480 is not even like nothing is a 480. Nothing like
DVDs are. That's like the highest quality they go. No, DVDs are 480. That's the highest they go to.
I mean,
geez, like I guess like. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Because that's why you get a Blu-ray. You get a Blu-ray to watch 1080, 720, whatever your scaling is.
Right. Well, see
right.
But
that's
with 4K, I think of course eventually 4K is going to be the prime display. But at the same time, 1080 and these high definition TVs, these HDR TVs with these high resolutions, you're still getting a clean, crisper look. So whether you have a regular Blu-ray or 4K, it wouldn't even matter. So these movies look so beautiful. I remember walking into, I believe it was Best Buy one time, and still to this day, I believe Samsung has the best, flat screens because I was watching Night at the Museum too. And I swear to you, it looked like you were right there on the film set, watching Ben Stiller walk around the museum.
Wow!
And it looks like you're right there, like you're watching like the director's cut.
Is this a subtle way for Jeremy saying he's sponsored by Samsung?
Hey, Samsung, look, if you want to sponsor,
if you listen,
I do keep a Galaxy on my persons at all times. I
mean, who doesn't? Galaxy for the win.
Yeah.
Galaxy for the win, boys.
But to answer the question, though, Gidros, I don't think digital is going to take over physical copies because, even with the game sharing, going back to game sharing, my best friend doesn't. He's not that great of a fighter game player. He doesn't like fighting games like me. So, for example, I had to get Injustice. I had to get Mortal Kombat by myself, and I'm not going to buy it digitally. I'm going to buy it physical. Right. So I had to pull out the $60. Just like, a game that I'm really looking forward to this year is Dragon Ball Fighter Z. I know my best friend is not going to get that. Now, if he does get it, he'll get it for the love of Dragon Ball Z because he does love Dragon Ball Z. But it's a fighting game nonetheless, and he might not get it on that fact. So I might have to, get the physical copy. So some situations like that, no, physical copies are not on their way out. They're going to be around for a long time. They're not cassettes. They're not like tapes and stuff.
And it's the same argument about like, oh, when TV first came out, people were like, oh, newspaper is gone. No, look around. Is it gone? No, it's still there. That's the argument that's going on for decades and decades.
Right. There's always going to be that argument where there's this thing, there's object A, and then you come in with object B, and it becomes popular for a little bit. And then you always have that one person who's like, that's going to replace it, and it's going to like take over in like the next few years. And then 10 years pass by, and object A is still prominent. Not as much as it was before, but that's the same. I mean, it's the same with everything. Like, people have been saying... Go ahead. I was going to say, people have been saying radio's going to die. Radio's not going anywhere. I mean, I don't see it happening. There are plenty of people, including me, who, of course, when I'm in the car, I like to pop on my Amazon Music, listen to what I want to. But there are times where I'll hit the radio. There are some talk shows I listen to on the radio. I know at Comic-Con there was actually there was a really cool crew there. I forgot. I think they're like they have an actual radio station, and they're like it's a geek talk pot. It's almost like a talk show. They gave me their card. Like I think I found out about them last year. I went. They gave me their card. They're like, hey, check us out on Facebook. We got all this kind of stuff. I checked them out. Really, really good stuff. Stuff like that.
What we're doing is essentially radio. This is like obviously we're putting it on YouTube as a video. But essentially, you can if we had the option, we can download this on iTunes for a podcast. Now that might happen eventually, but you never know. Like,
but yeah, so I mean that's the thing. So to kind of conclude there, I mean, I don't think physical copies are going anywhere. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Actually, let me know what you guys think. Are you a physical or a digital type of person when it comes to games? Cool, Awesome. Glad I knew that. Glad I know that. So also before we get into I guess before we get into our last topic, I do want to throw out there I did actually it was an ad. I was on a YouTube video the other day. I saw an ad and it was the y'all heard about the Slender Man movie trailer?
I about it.
Yeah. Okay, I saw it and I was like, oh, it's actually it's actually a thing. I thought I've seen so many like fan made trailers for it, and I'm like, oh, I mean, I guess we're not going to get a movie for it, and then turns out we're getting a movie for it.
Are you looking forward to that, Tyler?
Yes,
Are you looking forward to a Slender Man movie?
Well, are you, Jay?
I'm definitely not. Wait. And if Tyler, if you are looking forward, you have different ways of looking at it. See, I haven't played the game, but I know about Slender Man. And
okay.
So
see this.
Just wait. One more thing. I just want to say this.
Okay.
I think this is simply a money grab movie, so it won't be good. But
I'm glad you said that. Okay, so here's my thing. Here's the reason why. I played the game. I played like like Slenderman, like Slender the game. I think it was wasn't the game just Slender or something? Okay, so I played that. Freaked me out a little bit. I mean, it was that game that everyone got freaked out. You put your reaction, oh my god, you like overreact to it, you exaggerate, whatever. All right, play the game. I think what made the game so great was the fact that it's like you don't know what's going on. Like the story's there, but it's not. So you have to like go out and research it. So after playing, because they had the Slender game, then they had Slender the Arrival, which was like the sequel to it, which had like actual levels and stuff. And I played that. And then once that came out, it got to the point where I'm like, okay, I kind of want to see what this is. Because, like horror stuff like that, it's always it's most likely based off of something. So I read like the story about it. And I was like, oh, it's pretty interesting, actually. Well, then when I saw like these fan-made trailers, I'm thinking, this is cool. I felt like the story with that, it's something that should be meant for the indies to make. It shouldn't be a Sony production, which, by the way, it is. I didn't feel that it shouldn't have been like this. It shouldn't be marketed as this big thing, because the thing is, the hype. Like at this point, who cares? I mean, it's literally that's what I think. I think it's
not just the game now. Remember the whole situation where a girl murdered somebody, and said Slender Man did it, forced her to do it.
Oh, I forgot about that. I totally forgot about that. So that's what made it relevant again.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, even with that though, I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, like it. It's cool. Like, okay, seeing the trailer was cool. I think seeing like a big budget trailer that's not fan made was nice to see. But then I'm like, do I really want to go see that movie? Do I really want to endure at least an hour and a half of this? Do I really want to? Do I really want to endure an hour and a half of what's most likely going to be jump scares?
Tyler, you never know.
You know, maybe. But that's the thing. Do I really want to put down my $9 to $11 to go to see this movie and be jump scared half the time?
I mean,
and whenever I'm not gonna get like a decent,
I'm just gonna put my butt in the seat because I get it for free. So there's that too.
Well, yeah. Then you're gonna do a review about it. I'll read your review.
I mean, I want to say that right now. Stop, everyone listening. I'm gonna start doing audio reviews now that I have this precious little mic. Yeah. So I think the first movie I'm gonna butcher is The Commuter, coming out this weekend.
Oh, dude, okay. I want to listen to that.
That's my first one. I was gonna do Insidious, but I didn't get the mic yet, and I don't really care because I didn't watch the last 4 or 5, whatever, how many there are. So
this is the fourth one, right?
I thought it was the third one.
It's the fourth one. No, there was 3 before. This is the fourth one that just came out. But anyway, yeah. So that came out. Go ahead and check out the trailer if you guys haven't seen it. Looks okay. I mean, I'm not going to see it day one. Probably not going to see it in the theaters. So you know. But anyway, let's move on to our last topic.
Probably the most controversial.
My gosh. If you guys, so basically, I know this has been a thing for the last week, and you know everyone is talking about it, but I'm gonna go. So we on the podcast are actually gonna bring it up first for the simple reason. Basically, before we get into it, let me explain the situation. So the Pauls, the famous or infamous, whatever, like however you look at these two people, are literally the poster children of YouTube. They have taken over. They came over from Vine when Vine was obliterated. Came over from Vine, started a YouTube channel, started doing vlogs, all that type of thing, and ever since they came on, have just been stirring all kinds of, you know, stirring the pot, just stirring, you know, like pushing the limit to the point where it doesn't even need to be set. And recently, basically what happened, Logan Paul, I think the older of the two, basically this all started when he actually went over to the suicide forest over in Japan and made a vlog in the forest and basically on camera showed a dead body, which is a big no-no on YouTube.
Well, even in the Japanese
show the dead
culture.
Body. Right. Well, and I was getting to that because the thing is, not only did he show the dead body of this person who
very recently
who committed suicide,
by the way.
Which is a very serious issue and is something that needs to be dealt with a certain way. Disrespected the person who committed suicide by just being obnoxious around it, cracking little jokes about it, doing all this type of stuff, and showing disrespect
and
to
the Japanese culture entirely,
and Japanese culture. So then that was step one. Okay.
Well, strike one.
Then
that wasn't step one.
On.
Strike one.
Well, look, he's got he's got so many strikes because before we get into this further, at VidCon last year, this is the same guy who went to VidCon and made a vlog stating that he had planted a certain amount of money somewhere at the location in the venue for where VidCon was, intentionally told everyone about it in this video, and started a literal riot at VidCon. There was these people swarming. They had to get security down there to stop it. This is the guy who literally wants to start just absolute insanity. Same guy. He did that. He did this. The video was not removed by YouTube. The video was removed by Logan himself.
After pressure.
Which, yes, after the pressure. So that makes me wonder, well, wait a minute. I was thinking, and like I said, we were talking about this before. PewDiePie. I'm not the biggest PewDiePie fan, but when stuff like this comes up, I will defend him so much. He got his stuff removed. He got all his sponsors removed. Everything he worked hard for because of a rumor that someone put out about him, about a joke that he was doing. The whole him being a white supremacist or whatever. And so he gets all this stuff removed, but Logan Paul has to remove a video, not allow YouTube to remove the video for, disobeying the guidelines.
Right.
But he has to take it down and then do all, and I was like, what is this? And then he follows up with a video on Twitter going into I forgot what city it was, but he was in Japan. He put up this Twitter video. I don't know have you guys seen this video?
I wonder if it's the video where you're talking about. Is this after the incident or before? Because
this is after the suicide
force. This is the one where he's apologizing and.
No, not even the apology.
I remember seeing a video where he's basically doing stupid stuff in Japan, basically insulting the culture.
Yeah, that's the one I was like. What I'm talking about. That was the tip of the iceberg. There, that was unexcusable.
Don't
doing that.
It
doesn't matter.
This is not a joke. I'm literally because this is my life. Did he insult Godzilla? If so, we're gonna have problems.
Did he?
Oh my God!
This is a genuine question, Tyler. I need an answer.
Well, basically, he basically insulted the Japanese culture.
Okay, where is his at? Where he at? Where's he at? Give me his address, Tyler.
So, and the thing is, we're not gonna have a big discussion about the Pauls because, I want to throw this out there. They have done so much, from what I've seen, so much on the negative end that I have zero respect for them. I have zero respect for them because they do all this stuff that we are told, as all of us, as creators, as content creators, as young filmmakers, as, viewers and all this type of stuff. We're told not to do things. We have common sense, okay? And these guys are making upwards to at least thousands upon thousands of dollars.
More than that.
By doing stuff like this. Way more than that. But this is an idea. They're doing everything we're taught not to. Passing it off as entertainment, not satirical entertainment, mind you. They're all doing this as not in a joking fashion. This is their life. This is the way they do videos, and they're getting looked on positively not by the viewers, but by the people, but by the websites that they put their content on.
Also, and that's the point. The fact that his that video of in the forest went trending. I think it was number 10 on the trending list on YouTube. The question arises, who has control over that trending list? Jeremy, I brought this up with you a couple of days ago, but doesn't YouTube have the power to dictate what controls what's being trending and what's not?
YouTube handpicks what's trending.
So someone at YouTube had to have picked that video to go trending.
So
not only did they pick it to trend, they didn't remove
Tyler,
it.
Wait, there is no algorithm that judges traffic to the specific station?
I don't know the logistics, but there is, I believe 100% there is no set algorithm as for trending. Because let me give you an example. This is totally unrelated, but let me give you an example. There are so many creators out there who have this issue, but I remember, there was the trailer for, what was it? I think it was a trailer for a movie, and I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was Black Panther. I think it was the second trailer, the second trailer to come out.
Are you referring to the Angry Joe thing?
Had
Oh, okay.
No. This is this is just about the Black Panther trailer. So the trailer had come out, and in 24 hours had 7-8 million views, which is still crazy. Now it is a trailer, so of course you're gonna get a lot of views on it. So I'm going on trending, and I'm like, oh, it should be at least in the top 5 if it can get that many views in a certain amount of time. Well, then I'm looking on trending, and number 2 or something, number 2 on trending is a video that had 100,000 views in 10 hours. And I was wait, how is that trend? Why is this trending, but this trailer isn't trending? And I say that, and I bring up another example. Infinity War, but in the first 2 hours was trending. It had more views, granted, but it's the same premise. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I believe 100%. Hold on, I get to you. I just want to say this real quick, Max. I just want to say this. This is my opinion, and a lot of people on YouTube are saying the same thing. I believe 100% YouTube handpicks what's trending. This podcast could get 1 million views in the first 10 minutes, which is not going to happen, I know for a fact. In the first 10 minutes of this video going up could get 1 million views. One of the Pauls uploads a video, gets 50,000 views in the same amount of time, number 1 on trending. Calling it. This podcast will not even be on the trending page, I guarantee it. They handpick what they want. They want what looks the best to a viewer, and they want what makes them look like not a good website, but what gets them the most retention. They don't care that it's quality content. They don't care what the content is, but if they can do it with the Pauls and if they show dead bodies, do whatever, it's trending no matter what.
I hate to, be the person like, oh, corporations are bad. But like you just said it, Tyler, it's whatever makes them look the best. Whatever's going to make them either the most money, the most recognition, the most profit, regardless, they're going to put it up there. Like I said, this podcast, if we had the subscribers, we are talking bad about them. We are never going to be in the trending list. Hell, we might even be demonetized, because if you look at it, like movie reviewers, like they get demonetized because they talk bad about a film. Yet this type of video can be published and put on the trending list, the top 10. So it makes no sense. So
it doesn't. And it really, I was listening to this is a zombies YouTuber I watch by named Rad Austin, and go ahead and check him out if you guys are zombies fans. But he has a podcast, and they were talking about this as well, and they were saying that one of the guys was saying one of the things that upsets me about it, and I totally agree with them, because they kind of just they said what I was thinking, and I brought this up to Alex I think a while, whenever the whole way back when all the first controversies were beginning. These people like the Pauls are making the news. New controversy showing, shows video of dead body, this and that. Okay, that's the stuff that goes on the news. That's the stuff that the public is gonna see, and they think, okay, what were these people? Who are these people associated with? Oh, YouTube. I go over to my parents, or my grandparents' house. So what are you doing, Tyler? Oh, I've been doing YouTube videos. Oh, wait. You make YouTube videos like that guy on the news who showed a dead body in the video, or who started a riot, Logan Paul? Yeah, that hasn't happened, but that's the kind of situation they were talking about. They were basically saying that these people, the people who like us, like our content creators on YouTube, do it honestly, and like us, at this point, I do it for fun. It's really not I'm not aiming to get paid anytime soon for doing this. But to be associated, to be in the same realm as just these people who are doing such wrong things for the platform, to be associated with them makes me upset. It really discourages me, because not only will that kind of content be looked at more than my content, but the fact that I have people that I know associating me with these awful people brings my morale down. And it really upsets me.
The flip side to this is also the gaming industry. With what EA tried to do with Battlefront 2, certain if a company's trying to do an innovative way to try and do some out of any microtransactions in the game is instantly going to be looked at in a bad light because of what EA did. I mean, obviously, microtransactions aren't good. Yeah. Sometimes they're okay, just games that have free DLC. If the microtransactions are cosmetics only, then they're good. Point is, it's situations like that where your content, my content, Jeremy's content is gonna instantly get looked at badly. It's the same thing for video game companies. They're like, oh, you got microtransactions, you're an asshole type of thing. So.
Right. Fortunately, yeah. On a positive note, I will say I don't think it would be totally bad on YouTube. I mean, YouTube is going to be looked at, and people are going to analyze the whole situation on how they handled it. But at the same time, YouTubers like Jake Paul and Logan Paul, their content mainly is kind of reaction stuff, kind of doing stuff stupid stuff and trying to get views for doing stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, how the video he put on in the video that he put up when he was in Tokyo, like he was throwing Pokeballs at Japanese people saying "I choose you."
Yeah, that's just,
and that's unforgivable. Like that's stuff that you need to know, and that's what I don't understand. And I see that, and these people. That's the thing. There are people who are defending them in this type of situation. Oh, he's my favorite YouTuber. Don't say that about him. Well, your favorite YouTuber is an awful person. I hate to say it.
And I don't hate to say it. He is.
I want to go ahead and say that this is all. Look, I'm gonna throw this out there to all the viewers. This is all like speculation. We're just having a conversation. All of ours opinion. My opinion. I don't know about you guys. I'd like to get you guys, like general consensus. We're about to wrap up here in a minute, but I just think they're. I don't think they're good people. None of them. Because there have been everything I hear about them, or I shouldn't even say everything. The amount of times I've heard about them in negative light is too many. In my opinion, one is just too many.
Right.
All right. And then whenever I looked into the whole PewDiePie thing, that's when I kind of was more on his side in this situation. And then that brings that wraps us back to the whole thing. Well, YouTube, why are you going to say this about PewDiePie, pull all his sponsors, pull his show from YouTube Red, and that was another thing. The Paul, like Jake Paul, even though the younger one still has his YouTube Red show, it didn't get pulled. Even after all the controversy with him about him, doing all this maddening stuff, his YouTube Red show is still up. Scare PewDiePie, whenever the whole thing with PewDiePie had come out, pull his show. He's an awful person. Take everything from him. He deserves it. He needs to be stripped. He does not deserve it. Okay? In my opinion, there needs to be repercussions for this. And the thing is, there won't be. Because these two brothers are YouTube's poster children. And they won't do anything bad. And the first video of him vlogging in the suicide forest really solidified that for me. That showed me that YouTube will never take the offensive precautions against these two awful YouTubers, awful people, I should say. If they can't even take down a video that's against your guidelines, what can you do now? If you can't do that, honestly, guys, what's the worst YouTube will do? If they won't even take down that video, what does that tell you? God forbid anyone else, if anyone else did this, video taken down.
Oh, no doubt.
That's the way I see it. No, look, anyone, no matter if it's H3H3, if it's a big YouTuber, no matter who it is, anyone else would have done the same thing. Video would have been taken down. The channel probably would have been taken down. Anything like that. And I think that's what's upset me. I think that's what's really upsetting, is that there are these people out there who are doing these awful things, passing it off as entertainment, and not getting punished for it.
Right.
And they're getting punished for it, with the comments. But I mean, really, that's doing.
Right. We could go on forever talking about this, though. Just saying, like the main obvious points.
We can.
Are, like, terrible individuals, terrible YouTubers. The fact that YouTube doesn't even pull their video, let alone pull their channel, because they should. Because what's to stopping them from doing it? I mean, obviously, if he does it again, I don't even know what would happen.
Max, that leads me, Max, exactly. That leads me to say my last point on the Logan Paul topic is that I am very curious to see what happens next for them. I want to see how, if they choose to, how they bounce back. I know Jake wasn't directly involved in the Japan stint, but he's been doing some questionable things too for some time, and a lot of a lot of celebrities, a lot of other fellow YouTube stars know about that stuff. So I'm curious to see how their careers go. Is it completely over for them? I'm very curious to see how it goes.
Yeah, I think to close out, basically like you said, I'm curious to see where they go from here. I'm curious to see how this situation pushes YouTube to handle stuff like this in the future, because I feel like this was a wake-up call. I felt like the PewDiePie. I felt like the PewDiePie situation was a wake up call. And the thing is, it's kind of like the opposite scale. You're looking at totally opposite ends. YouTube took precautionary action against PewDiePie. YouTube did absolutely nothing with this situation. So now it's two opposite ends of the scale. So now we got to see that balance.
Right.
I just feel like in the future, YouTube has to come out with a clearer, more consistent way and like a more systematic approach to dealing with these situations. And just the thing is, I hate, I don't want it to come across like, I'm trying to defend. I'm trying to, right here, I want to defend the small YouTubers and all the honest creators out there who make good work. I know a lot of people out there who, make awesome content. I'm looking out for you guys. And the reason I wanted to kind of get this across, I know a lot of people, were thinking, oh, this is just a clickbait podcast. We mentioned Paul and we get views. That's not the case. I wanted to throw this out there because I am a huge supporter of small YouTubers like myself, like Jeremy, like Max, all of us. We go into this game, we do it for fun, we get together with friends like we're doing now, and we just want to do it for fun. When we're given these rules, we're given these guidelines as to how to do it, what not to do. And then I just feel like small YouTubers and even big YouTubers out there who are getting at that point where they're, famous, getting known a lot, I just feel like you all, I'm not trying to tell y'all how to think, but it should be upsetting, because if you're a small YouTuber doing things and getting, looked at and for doing the wrong thing, you should be upset with the situation. I feel like everyone needs to speak out to YouTube, let them know that we are all upset with this situation, and just deploy them to do something about it.
To end off, like, we aren't doing this for money. We are doing this because it's fun. No. We're doing this on an afternoon one day, just talking about random conversations about random topics. It doesn't matter. We're doing this for fun. We put our own money and heart and soul into it. Not to sound dramatic, but simply we do. Like, we have no one sponsoring us to go out and buy this heavy equipment, all this expensive equipment. We have to go to work, find the time to get together to do this, and then just do it. Like, so to these creators such as Logan Paul and all of them, like, who abuse the system, like, okay, this is quite stupid. I'm gonna get a lot of money for this, so I'm gonna do it this way. That's just bad. That's just bad business 101. Like, and it gets worse than that. Yeah. Like, God forbid a bad YouTube video comes out. There are shady corporations that destroy lives because of it. Granted, the tragic family of the suicide individual, their lives, like, are ruined because of the individual. And I'm not trying to say anything bad about that. I'm going to stop talking about that altogether. Point is, stuff like that, like, there are companies that ruin lives. So obviously, like, he didn't ruin necessarily anybody's lives, but what he did is shady altogether, which is terrible nonetheless.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just the way we feel about it. I would love to know what you guys think of the situation. Just let us know in the comments. Voice your opinion. I totally encourage that. Go ahead and let us know what you guys think in the comments below. But other than that, guys, that's going to go ahead and do us for today. Hope you guys did enjoy the podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed our conversation. Hope you guys enjoyed Max 2.0, 2018.exe. Actually get to hear and understand Max. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for us, and we hope to see you in the next podcast. Before I do go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you guys did enjoy and are interested in seeing more. Go ahead and check out Max's website. Link is always in the description below. And we will see you the next time, guys. Any last words?
Jeremy?
See you guys next time. I think we covered a lot today. I'll have to do the next podcast.
I don't know about you. I'm going to go enjoy my 2018 privileges. So I will talk to y'all later.
Well, all right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. And we hope, as always, to see you in the next one. And until then, peace out.